Hey, 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 what's up, everybody? Joshua Danger here, live from the Danger Zone studio, and I'm here to talk about E3 and my experience at E3 because I really feel like I should. Hold on. I'm actually going to go toss this one out to a few people, so I don't know. It's actually claiming it, but hold on just a second and I'll actually start talking about it. There is nobody in yet, so. Share. We'll send that to Jamie, Ashley, Andre, Brandy, Ethan. Let's give it to Mark Taylor, Jay Wilkinson. Edward. Okay, I just had to send it out to a few people. So, and just 1 second, I'm actually going to go through some of my notes. And let's see where I can start. I'm actually going to go through part of my notes here, so just bear with me for a couple more minutes. Okay, I'm actually going to start with Nintendo's E3 conference. They opened up with new content from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate coming summer of 2019, which that's actually 3 characters. Hey, what's up, buddy? Just sitting here talking about my E3 experience since I was all the way out there in Los Angeles to deal with it. It was a fun experience. One that they announced was actually Dragon Quest. One of the Dragon Quest characters. I'm not really too familiar with the franchise, but I do actually like that game a little bit. The other that I saw was actually Ripley from. They announced Ripley from Metroid Prime and Metroid as an unlockable character. Definitely a cool thing there. And last but not least, they actually named Banjo-Kazooie, which they actually went into a great spiel with that. So, by kind of faking people out and thinking it was actually going to be the Duck Hunt dog and the duck. And next thing you know, it came off as Banjo-Kazooie, and so that was actually pretty cool. Next, they actually had the Dragon Quest XI trailer, which I actually kind of dug that, and I'm actually kind of a fan of it, but I'm not too familiar with the franchise, even though I've played a little bit of the games. Next, but not... Yeah, Duck Hunt. That's really, really cool. And if you could, Mark Taylor, please give me a thumbs up on this video because I work really, really hard for it, and it's greatly appreciated if you do. Third, I'm only going to go hand in hand with this. Luigi's Mansion 3, definitely looking forward to seeing that. I actually got to see a little bit of gameplay with it earlier yesterday, and I thought that was actually kind of cool, and plus it had, God, what was it? The online multiplayer that you would actually have in the game, kind of like they had on the last one. I kind of dug that. I thought it was actually super fresh. But I'm only going to go off the list right here a little bit here and there. Next, they are doing a Dark Crystals Tactics game, which honestly I'm kind of excited for. That game actually looks amazing. Looks like it's going to play amazing. And if anybody even remotely remembers the Dark Crystal, the movie, that I think I can't remember if it was that one that had David Bowie in it, but I think it might have been The Labyrinth or something like that. I can't remember which one it was, but that game actually looked really, really fun. Looked really, really fresh. Okay, so I'm not going to go into real detail. I actually thought that game looked a lot of fun. But next, they had the trailer and a little bit of gameplay for Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening coming out in September 20th, 2019 for the Nintendo Switch. I actually really kind of like that franchise, and I'm a huge Legend of Zelda supporter. What's up, Busy Bee Clownin'? Thank you for popping into the stream, and thank you, my friend, for giving me a thumbs up right there. I knew I didn't have to ask you to, but it's greatly appreciated either way. Honestly, I was actually really impressed with how they actually did the graphics, and I was impressed with the cartoony-like graphics. Even in high definition, I thought it was actually really fresh. Not that I know of. They're not really going into big details with it. None of the conferences actually did. And I haven't seen the 2K or any of the 2K stuff. So I wasn't able to actually stay for that. So, but they're coming out with WWE 2K. I want to say 2K20 roughly around September or October. I know that much for the most part. I have not heard anything from Fire Pro Wrestling, which I don't know who even makes those games, but I'll probably find out more in the near future. But yeah, I'm just pretty much just going off my list. Next one I actually saw, and I can't really say I saw a trailer for Trials of Mana, which that actually looks really, really cool, and I think they're actually going to be doing a collection for that franchise, so I'm actually really, really psyched about that. New characters for Super Smash Brothers on the Nintendo Switch, or Smash Brothers Ultimate. No, it wasn't Duck Hunt, but they actually announced a partnership with Rare / Microsoft in the deal, where they actually got the rights to actually use Banjo-Kazooie in the next Smash Brothers DLC content. That's all that was going on. That's pretty much all I know. But yeah, Duck Hunt, I think they really should have Duck Hunt as a side character. I don't know why they don't. Yeah, it's been raining here too, bro, but I just kind of felt like this is kind of weather that you kind of get stuck inside and you want to record, do some video. Which, if you guys want to catch any of the footage, you could go to IGN's YouTube channel or even GameSpot's channel and watch most of the stuff that they actually did. Or you can even, IGN's kind of a little bit more spread out. So if you guys actually really wanted to go that route, you guys could. Yeah, I feel you. It was actually pretty freaking cold here today, too. Which I don't know where you're from, Busy, but I'm guessing you're from somewhere in the Midwest. So you pretty much know it's kind of cold. Trials of Mana. That's where I was at. I was actually talking about Trials of Mana, which they're actually coming out with a new game. I don't know when, but they actually had some of the conference, some of that gameplay during E3, Nintendo's E3 pressing yesterday. I actually kind of thought Secret of Mana, I thought that game was actually really, really cool. And them coming out with, yep, same here, brother. Right here from, well, I'm in between Otisville and Davison, Michigan. So, yeah. Not really giving any details of where I'm actually at. So, we're all kind of all from Michigan. And, well, at least a small group. Batgirl, oh, sweet. Yeah, I know where you're from now. I used to hang out near Flushing, so that's pretty cool, man. Okay, big deal. Here's a big game that's coming out for the Nintendo Switch. Okay, cool. The Witcher 3 coming out sometime this year. I don't know when. They really didn't give a release date for it, so I'm guessing probably somewhere between September and October. Possibly this fall. Not really going to go into big details. I actually kind of thought, I don't know how they were actually going to pull that game off, but I've actually kind of thought that they're probably going to go the same route. They're probably going to turn it a little bit cartoony because the graphics quality and on the Switch really isn't up to par with all the other systems. So I almost assumed that they were actually going to do the same thing that they did with Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which I was pretty much right. Next game, I actually saw a little bit of gameplay footage on day 2 of E3. Watching it online. Fire Emblem, 3 Houses. Definitely looks interesting. I might be on board with playing that game when it comes out. Okay, bro. That's awesome. Glad to hear. How are you liking Michigan so far? I know, just wait for the winter time. You're really going to get hit hard. But I think you pretty much know that from Pennsylvania, because I know the weather in Pennsylvania is pretty much the same as Michigan during the winter time. So next game, they announced that they were actually doing Resident Evil 5 and 6, but they also announced that Nintendo announced that they're actually going to be doing a remastered collection of 0, 1, 2, and 3. I don't know about 4, possibly 4, and I think the entire collection will be on there minus 7, which I don't know if they already have that yet. So I thought that was actually kind of cool. Then they went into a trailer for No More Heroes 3, which just seeing that, I'm actually kind of a huge fan of it. My favorite Resident Evil game was the one on N64. Honestly, I like the ones that were on the GameCube a little bit more. I think the graphics were a little bit on par, but I think they know how to do their stuff right with Next Gen 2, that they can actually, like, I saw Resident Evil 1 in the trailer that they were playing, and they were playing a little bit of the game inside of like a haunted mansion or something like that. And I kind of thought, dude, that game looks kind of fresh. It looks pretty clean. So they really must not have had to do too much work to actually get it up to HD graphics. So, honestly, my favorite system, and most people are going to hate me for saying this, was the original Xbox. I hated the original controller, but when they came out with the S-type controller, I actually really fell in love with it. But I don't deny I love the 64 also, but right now the games are so ungodly overpriced that, like I said, I've always kind of liked the big black box. So, but that's pretty much it. Which now I'm actually going to have to go through and I'm actually going to have to play the No More Heroes franchise, which just so I can play No More Heroes 3. So that'll definitely be fresh. They announced that they're actually doing a Contra Anniversaries collection coming out in 2020, and plus they've actually got I think they might be doing an online mode / game called Corpse or something hardcore or something of that nature. I think that's what it's called. Or Hard Corpse or Cores. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. Yeah, Ocarina of Time's one of those rare gems that most people don't want to get rid of, and yeah, it's definitely like $50 or higher. If you try to get it on the GameCube, which you can, it goes for I want to say, it comes with a double pack with Majora's Mask for like I think it's 30 or something like that. Might even be more on Amazon. So I don't know. I like PlayStation. I like the PlayStation 3 more than I like the Xbox 360 because I always got sick of having to charge my battery packs and also swapping out batteries every chance that I got. That was one thing that I absolutely hated about that system that I actually liked about the PlayStation 3. But I try to be fair to all systems. Fuck. But Contra Anniversary Collections coming out sometime in 2020. I'm definitely going to be picking that one up for my Switch when I do. Next one on the list is Daemon X Machina, which most people aren't going to know what that is, but it's... I don't remember too much about that game, but I'm still kind of interested in it. I might actually go back and look at it a little bit more. Coming out September 16th, 2019. A lot of September releases this year. Then they went into a trailer of a franchise that I've always kind of loved, in Panzer Dragoon, coming this winter to the Nintendo Switch, which I actually gotta say, I'm actually impressed with how well that game looks. Not no more, but you could still log on to the online stuff, but you really can't really get anything. Can't play anything on the servers anymore because they've shut down the servers minus the store servers, which I kind of expected that. But PlayStation 4 definitely picks up where it's at. Next on my list is they showed a trailer and gameplay footage for the new Pokemon Sword and Shield. I was actually kind of impressed that they could actually turn that game franchise into an HD kind of feel and do what they've done so well for so long with it. I wish I still had my PS3. Mine blew up like a number of years ago, and the only time I ever get to play the PS3 is when I'm hanging out with Batgirljamie, which, like I said, we're going to try to hang out a little bit here and there, but I'm not going to go into too much detail with her. I was actually impressed with Pokemon Shield and Sword. Just see what they were actually going to do in the game. And I guess they're going to have close to 30 hours of gameplay. I think that's what they said. Don't quote me on that. The next game on the list, I saw a trailer for Astral Chain, which I don't remember too much about that game, which I probably should have been doing these videos while I was still out on the West Coast. But I chose to wait. Next on the list was a trailer for Empire of Sin, which that game looks kind of like Saints Row blended with Mafia, just for the Nintendo Switch, which looks absolutely fantastic. I'm actually very, very impressed with the whole lineup with Nintendo. Like they went on the attack all the way through. The next on the list was a trailer for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order, coming in July of 2000 this year. So that definitely looks really, really cool. I think that's same day release as Cadence of Hyrule, which I saw a trailer for that too. Definitely looking forward to both of those games. Saw a trailer for Mario and Sonic Olympics again for the Switch. Definitely looking forward to that game. A little bit here and there. Not a huge fan of well, I am a huge fan of Mario, but yeah, I definitely love the PS3. So here's a little bit of what you need to know. Which, if you haven't already seen, the next one on the list is they showed a trailer and a little bit of gameplay on the Nintendo Treehouse Live segment for Animal Crossing, the new Animal Crossing, which I guess you're going to be able to play that online with up to 8 players. So that's definitely cool. And you're basically building your own colony. So I think it's got that Minecraft feel where it's going to actually grab some of those childlike adults that have children or possibly are kind of like grown children that love those games, period. I definitely like the way they went with that one. Then they went into a highlight reel of games to come, which included Doom Eternal. God, I can't remember what else there was. But there was a lot. I already kind of announced that one, that they had a trailer for Banjo, for new characters coming to Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, including Banjo-Kazooie. Like I said, with the whole Duck Hunt, them faking you out with the whole Duck Hunt stuff, just to bring Banjo-Kazooie in, I thought that was actually super fresh. Then they basically did, on the Treehouse Live segment, day 2, they did gameplay of Pokemon Sword and Shield, which I was actually, like I said, I was impressed with that. And they did a tour of the Luigi's Mansion 3 theme that they actually built at E3, which I actually thought was actually super, super cool. And plus, they did live gameplay of the new Animal Crossing. So that's pretty much it from Nintendo. And like I said, I've got so much stuff that I announced through them. Okay. So next, I'm actually going to go into Xbox's press conference, which they actually announced a release date. They had a trailer and release date for The Outer World, which, if you're not familiar with that game is actually made by Bethesda software guys and Fallout creators. And they decided that they were actually going to come out with that game on 10/25, just under a week away from Halloween, which I actually thought that was actually pretty cool. The next on that list is Ninja Theory. Decided that they were actually going to release footage of the Bleeding Edge Alpha, which is set to release on 7/27/2019, which next month, the 27th of July. You guys can actually go in and play that game. Play the alpha on Xbox One and I think PC. The next they decided that if you're a fan of I think it was Ori and the Blind Forest. I think that's the one that came right before this. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. They announced a release date of February 11th, 2020. They also announced that Minecraft 2 is coming out spring of 2020. But here's where I actually got the big announcement for Xbox. Phil Spencer, the head of creations of the head of Xbox, announced that there are going to be 60 new games and 14 studios from 14 studios and 30 plus releases going to the Xbox Game Pass. I thought that's actually kind of cool that they're actually trying to make the Game Pass work, especially at $10 a month. That is definitely worth the money. I have no problem with paying that. Plus, they decided that they were actually going to be doing Xbox Game Pass for the PC. So if you actually want to play games on the PC that you would actually be playing on your Xbox One, you could play those on your PC if it's up to qualifications for it. Then they went into, and this is coming back from EA, they went into a little bit of gameplay for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and they actually announced a release date of November 15th, 2019 for that game. The one surprise I actually had from them is the fact that they're actually doing a Blair Witch game, and they actually have a release for it. The trailer actually looked really, really cool, so I might be getting into that game a little bit. And they decided that game's coming out August 30th of 2019. And the super, super, ultra huge deal that I actually came across was I have not heard anything about Game of Thrones. I heard George R.R. Martin is actually in development on a game with that is coming out for Xbox, but I'm not going to go into that one just yet. I think that was on here. Yeah, that was exclusive to Xbox. So, Cyberpunk 2077 definitely saw the cameo of a lifetime. They had Keanu Reeves, which I thought was actually super fresh. I did not know what to expect with that, and I thought I actually kind of like the series. I was kind of unimpressed with the ending, but I guess you had to let it down slowly the way that they did. So I'm not going to go into details with it. So, Cyberpunk 2027, they announced a release date for it, and they actually showed a little bit of gameplay from their press conference for the game, which I thought, okay, this game looks super, super cool. It kind of plays off like Metro Exodus. Or not Metro Exodus, excuse me, Detroit Become Human. It kind of plays off like that, but I actually kind of thought, dude, this game might be a hard hitter for them. I definitely approve of where they're going with it. And they announced the release date, and it's just right after my birthday, actually just under 2 weeks, and actually a week before my sister's birthday, actually a day before my sister's birthday, they announced the release date for 4/16/2020, which I will definitely be picking that game up for sure. I don't know if I'm actually going to pay for the special edition release or not. I never read the book. I never read the books. I actually liked the story of the actual TV show. Okay. They had an announcement for this game called Spiritfarer. I was not impressed with it that much. Then they went into the Battletoads trailer for the next gen Battletoads, which, yeah, I'm kind of I might pay money for it because it was a product of the time. It's when I was a kid growing up. So I kind of hope that they actually kind of did something completely different, but they're actually making it super, super cartoony, which I was kind of hoping for something that wasn't going to be a platformer from them. But if the price is right, I'll definitely pick it up. The Legend of the Right was the next one that they had a trailer for. Yeah, I was so on that one. Yeah, I would get that. If you're in jail, you probably do read a lot. I actually loved Mortal Kombat 11, even though a lot of people said a lot of negative reviews for it. Which I'll probably have a review of that on my channel sometime coming up soon. I got to go back into playing it again, so definitely will be playing that again. So possibly even doing gameplay videos of it. Okay, so basically, next they basically went into the Xbox Game Pass ID exclusive titles. I really couldn't browse through them fast enough, but I probably will as soon as they hit Xbox Live or Xbox Game Pass. All right, bro, Mark, have a good one, my friend. And remember, eat all of your dinner, because if you don't eat your meat, you can't have any more pudding. Yeah, and plus they did announce the Xbox Game Pass coming to PC, which I think that's actually a really, really big factor. That especially now that everything is actually going streaming based, especially with Google coming out with the Stadia the way they did. I think they have to rely on that to have it on all platforms. So, which you're gonna have that stuff on your you can have Xbox Game Pass on you can have Xbox Game Pass on your Nintendo Switch. You can have it on your Xbox One game console. You can also have it on PC now. So I think that's ultra cool. Oh, banana bread. Love banana bread. Can't eat a lot of it, but I do love it. And okay, so next that they actually showed Xbox announces Flight Simulator and Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition coming to Xbox Game Pass and Xbox One. So basically next year, you're definitely going to have a flight simulator coming out to Xbox, which I'm actually pretty excited about that because I do like playing my flight simulators every once in a while, which that game actually looks really fresh. Then they showed a trailer for the game Wasteland, which I've got to say they're barking up the right trees if they're actually wanting to do something that is remotely like Borderlands. So I'm actually pretty happy with that. And they announced that Double Fine Games was the new addition to Xbox, to Microsoft. So basically, they added that extra studio to their. I'm definitely a fan of that. I don't remember what they announced because I didn't take that down as a note because I totally blanked out on it. The next game I was actually a fan of when the original came out on the original Xbox. Psychonauts 2 coming out. I don't know when, but I think it's got a release date possibly for next year. Definitely going to be looking into that. So definitely going to be looking forward to Psychonauts 2. Definitely loved playing that game when I had it for the original Xbox. Definitely going to go back to playing that again. Here's one that I was not expecting, but world premiere for Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. So basically, I'm kind of excited for that, even though I'm not a huge Lego fan. I'm definitely looking forward to playing that because I am a Star Wars fan, boy. So I'll definitely be getting that relatively soon. And then they showed the world premiere of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot RPG, which that's the Japanese title. I don't remember what the actual title of it's going to be. It's going to be your typical Fighter Z, which I think they did right on the last one with Fighter Z. That I think they're going to do really, really well with that game. So, and then they went into a world premiere trailer for 12 minutes. That game actually looked fun to me, so I might be going in for that. And they had world premieres for Way of the Woods and also a world premiere for Gears 5, also trailer and release date, which the spec was they were actually going to have the release date for September 10th because God, what was his name? John DiMaggio basically announced it a couple of weeks ago that they were actually shooting for, I think, the 13th, but he decided that they would actually let it go few days early, so because of his birthday. Now he does the voice of Marcus in the game, so I'm actually pretty psyched for that. And plus, they're going to have the Escape DLC pre-order for Terminator Special, which I'm definitely going to be getting that game coming out relatively soon. Then they went into to the new Xbox Elite wireless controller, which you're going to be able to address all the things that you actually want to address from thumbsticks to bumpers and all of your triggers and stuff of that nature. Like I said, I'm pretty familiar with the Xbox Elite stuff, so you're basically going to be able to update everything that you're going to do with that one. So that's pretty cool. Then they went into the trailer for Dying Light 2 and the release for spring 2020. So I'll be excited for that game, along with what was the other one? Cyberpunk 2077. So I think the spring of 2020 is actually going to be a hot selling season. So, and then they announced the world premiere for Forza Horizon 4 Lego Speed Champions expansion releases this week. So I don't know if I'm going to pick that one up, but I might because I am a fan of Forza Horizon 4, and I might just want that extra DLC stuff with the Lego stuff. Then they announced that Gears Pop is coming out on Android. Coming soon. No release date yet, so we'll probably find out something about that soon. Then they announced State of Decay 2, the Heartland expansion coming to the Xbox One and PC. So I'm definitely looking forward to that through the Microsoft Store. Next one I was actually really, really surprised with. Phantasy Star Online 2. That game, I remember playing that game at a friend of mine's house when he had the GameCube and he was hooked up to his I want to say it was DSL internet. And I fell so in love with that game that I had to play every Phantasy Star game out there now, that I'm definitely going to be picking that one up. I don't know if that one actually has a release date yet. Then Phil Spencer announces Crossfire X from Smilegate Studio coming in 2020. Coming out sometime in 2020. And the next game that was actually highlighted on this, I actually kind of almost shit myself because this franchise was so blatantly PlayStation and Japanese PlayStation release only. They announced that Xbox is actually getting Tales of Arise, and they're also getting the franchise. They're also building into the Tales series. So that is a good way to expand into the Japanese market, which I'm very, very excited for about that. So I'll definitely be buying that in 2020. Then Gearbox, which you know from Borderlands, obviously, announces Borderland 3 coming out in 2020. So, needless to say, I am going to be stoked all next year for releases for the Xbox One. So I'll be very, very happy. And the next one came from what's his name? Miyazaki and George R.R. Martin, aka Game of Thrones. They announced Elden Ring, which I was actually very, very surprised with. I was actually very, very surprised with that one. So, needless to say, that was actually pretty cool. I'm happy that they're actually doing something with that. I don't know if that's got an actual release date, so I'm not really expecting anything from that until probably next year. So, Phil Spencer comes out again and announces Project X Cloud servers, aka the cloud, that Xbox will be doing. And every game that you play, you could basically play on the cloud, on their Project X Cloud, which is coming out soon. Then they announced Project Scarlet, aka Xbox Lockhart and Xbox Anaconda, with the AMD Ryzen 3000 series CPU, and also Navi being the GPU, which they're basically shooting for 4K 60 frames per second gameplay. Basically, what you're going to be getting is basically an overpowered PC for less than $500. Which they did not announce the price, but I'm guessing that's going to be the price range for it. And they're basically saying that they're running everything on an M.2 SSD hard drives. So that's definitely a good sign that they're actually going in the right direction to keep frame rates very, very high on the next gen games. Then they showed the world premiere trailer for Halo Infinite, which that is going to be a pre-order only. Which don't get it. And both Project Scarlet, aka Lockhart and Anaconda, are coming out next Christmas. So if you're psyched for that, I'm definitely psyched for that because I'm definitely going to be getting one. I'm going to save a little bit of money up every chance that I get. So I'll definitely be saving up for that. Which I don't know if I'm going to, if they decide that they're actually going to be doing an all digital series, all digital one. I might go that route just so it'll be a little bit cheaper. But I might even spend the extra so you can actually get the better gameplay and play disc-based. So next Christmas, you're definitely going to be able to get one. I'll definitely be picking one up. Do you guys want me to go into all the details of all the stuff that I know? Or do you want me to save a little bit more for... Or do you guys want to actually see... Or do you want some... which, if you want to actually find out a little bit more about Xbox's E3, just type in IGN or GameSpot or just look up. IGN has a little bit more, like, they have a little bit more stuff out there that is actually just clips of what you need to know. So, unfortunately, PlayStation did not do anything this year for E3 because I know they've got their big conference coming up in the near future. I don't know when, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. Seeing what they have, because I'm guessing with the stuff they have, I definitely think they are definitely going to bring something to the table at their convention. What would you rather have, Busy? Would you rather have me talk about Square Enix, Ubisoft, or Bethesda? Because I went into a little bit of the details with the PC gaming show, which I don't remember what I said about that. Okay, I already announced all that on my video yesterday when I was on my channel. So I probably won't do that. Do you want to know more about Bethesda, aka Doom, Square Enix, Final Fantasy VII, or Ubisoft, which I'm trying to think what they have. Okay. Okay, so since I've already got it logged, got my notes put up, I'm going to go into Ubisoft. They started out with Assassin's Creed Symphony, basically going out on tour. I actually feel like that was actually a pretty cool experience. And if you guys want to watch that, go check it out on YouTube, anywhere on here. Definitely a huge deal. Then they went into a trailer and decided that they were running an alpha game. They were running alpha gameplay and a release date of March 6th for Watch Dogs Legion, which is based out of London, England. So that's definitely going to be a cool game to play. I'm definitely looking forward to that. Coming March 6th, 2020. I will definitely be picking that one up just so I can actually try it. Might even wait if it's online only. I hope it's not online only because that would actually kind of suck because and plus Ubisoft working with Google Stadia, I'm expecting a lot from Google Stadia, and I think that's actually going to be a really cool platform. And I'm definitely going to be, hey, what's up, Batgirljamie? How you doing, home slice? Just going through all my E3 press conferences notes. Just finished the Xbox notes that I took. And also did Nintendo's to start, so I kind of thought I'd start off a little bit of hot. Okay, cool, homie. Sewing on your patches, my Misfits patch. That's awesome. So already went into that Ubisoft actually decided that they were actually going to do the Assassin's Creed Symphony to start the show, which I actually want to say that was actually pretty fresh. And they decided that they are going out on tour. So that's definitely cool. Watch Dogs Legion's coming out. Watch Dogs Legion coming out March 6, 2020, which I think that's going to be online only. I don't know if that's going to be true or not. I'll definitely be looking into it. They actually had a premiere for Mystic Quest Ravens Banquet, which is actually, honestly, it looks like one of the stupidest games ever, but I might play it just for that factor alone. Definitely looking into that. Especially since it's got what's his name from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Yes, please thumbs up the video, Batgirl. Everybody else has. I've only had 2 people in the entire time. So, please thumbs this video up, Batgirl, which I know you don't have a problem with. Rainbow Six Siege trailer for Operation Phantom Sight. Oh, you didn't. It says I only have 2. And I know Mark and Busy both thumbs this video up. Haha. So needless to say, I don't know if I'm a huge fan of. I like Rainbow Six Siege, but I don't like playing. Okay, so I got 4 thumbs up. That's awesome. Yes, thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, this one's gonna get you, Batgirljamie, because you might want to get a controller for your computer. They announced that Brawlhalla, which is another Super Smash Brothers like game. No, you might want to do this because that game you're going to want a controller for. They are announcing that Adventure Time is coming to Brawlhalla. So that's the only reason I said you might want to play that game a little bit. I was definitely impressed, and I was kind of psyched to see that because me and Batgirljamie were both fans of Adventure Time and all the epic weirdness. Yeah, but it's not Brawlhalla's or Brawlhalla with Adventure Time characters. How often are you going to play a smash 'em up, beat 'em up like Super Smash Brothers with Adventure Time characters? Never. Except for this game, which I actually endorse that game. Sweet, I got 6 thumbs up. God, thank God it ain't going up my butt. Or else I might be pooping out thumbs for the rest of my life. Or I might be all thumbs. One of my hands is all thumbs now. So I appreciate everything that you guys are actually doing, and plus getting me these okay, off point. Ubisoft announced that they are coming out with Ghost Recon Breakpoint trailer and Delta Company release of for October 4th, 2019. And also the open beta starts for Breakpoint on September 5th. So if you decide you're going to play that game early, play the beta first. I definitely recommend that. Woohoo! We're over 1,000 views tonight. Woohoo, baby! We broke the threshold. We've already got 1,000 views on this channel. So I want to say thank you guys for coming out to this. And I'm not done yet because I still got two more E3 announcements coming up on this video. So, and I'm pretty much just going to knock them all out. Then they did the release or trailer for Elite Squad coming to mobile, which is basically going to be Ghost Recon, Rainbow Six Siege, and also Rainbow Six, and also Sam Fisher, aka Splinter Cell, coming to mobile. So that was actually pretty cool. And Batgirl, you better close your eardrums because Just Dance 2020 had a live dance segment for, I think it was a couple of minutes during that show. I was actually kind of impressed with it. Coming to all platforms this November, so you pretty much knew that. Then Ubisoft announced For Honor Shadow of Hattori trailer and release date coming next month for July 27th, 2019. Yeah, I don't blame you for not wanting to play Just Dance 2020. I probably won't either, but if somebody actually tells me, like, puts a gun up to my head and says, let's play Just Dance 2020, I might be forced to. So, but I highly doubt that. Shadow of Hattori, aka For Honor Shadow of Hattori, I'm actually very, very impressed with that game, and I might be picking that up. Then they announced Rainbow Six Quarantine coming out early 2020. So I'll definitely be getting that, hopefully, if it's not online only. I actually really want to play that game. So, then they announced that the Division 2 trailer and new DLC pack of Episode 1 coming in July. Episode 2 coming out this fall. And Episode 3 coming out early 2020. And plus, they're doing a Division movie coming to Netflix with, God, I can't think of that one lady that was in, not Black Hawk Down, it was, one where they got Osama bin Laden. I can't think of the name of the movie. They got the redheaded chick from that movie playing in that one. So she's basically going to shit by going to do a movie on... I want to see the movie Control. I might be down for that. So, needless to say, The Division coming to Netflix... I wish they would. Yeah, I know it's about Joy Division. Me and you basically talked about that a little bit ago. So, then Ubisoft announced that they're actually doing a premium streaming with Uplay Plus. Starts at $14.99 coming in September. So basically everybody is going to be streaming something nowadays. So, Division. The Division. They did not say any release date for that movie, so coming to Netflix. So I don't know when that's coming out. So then they came out with a game that actually kind of grabbed me for a second. Ubisoft had a game that grabbed me for a second. And just because I'm a fan of Rocket League, they decided that they're coming out with a game called Roller Champions and trailer that I was actually kind of impressed with because it's like, God, what's that called? That skate shit. That's roller derby. It's pretty much roller derby for consoles. It's not on Netflix yet. They said it was coming to Netflix. That's all I heard. I don't know when. I don't know a date. They said it was coming to Netflix. Definitely going to be going. Actually, I might try to download that to my Xbox One tonight just so I can actually try Roller Champions. And then they announced a game called Gods and Monsters coming early 2020. So I'll definitely be getting into that game. So, no, not Control. I was talking about The Division coming to Netflix. God, you're so one-tracked. So basically, that was all. That was it from Ubisoft. What was I more impressed with, Bethesda or Square Enix? Let's go Bethesda. Bethesda announced that they're actually porting over Elder Scrolls Blades, which is a mobile game right now, and they're porting it over to the Nintendo Switch. Definitely. For a Nintendo release. They did not say anything about that, about a release date. So, anything of that nature. They announced Fallout 76 is getting new DLC, and they're also getting a Battle Royale mode. So basically, Fallout 76 is falling into a path with everybody else, which everybody I know that's actually saying they actually like that game. It's a fun game to play. Really? We're going to sit here and talk about Joy Division? Jesus Christ. I wouldn't doubt that movie's not going to be in America yet. But it probably will in the near future. So needless to say, I'm just going to disregard all of your comments, Batgirljamie, because yours are very, very off topic, and I need to keep going with this. If you want to talk about it, you're more than welcome to on your next broadcast, possibly tomorrow. So basically, Fallout 76 is getting a Battle Royale mode. Definitely cool. Okay, then. So let's move on. Then they came out with a new company that is basically doing Ghost Warrior Tokyo. I am actually a fan of that game now because I actually really, really want to play that game. They did not give a release date for it, so I probably won't know anything about that game until after next year, possibly later this year. Then they announced Elder Scroll Online releases elsewhere, and Elsewhere, Dragonhold, and Scalebreaker games. No release. I think they said a release date of sometime this year, early next year for all three of them. So definitely cool. I probably won't be playing them, but I don't know. I might. Commander Keen coming to mobile, which most people don't know what Commander Keen is. Looked like a cool game. I don't know. I might play it. I don't know yet. I might play that game. On my phone. I don't know yet. It might happen. Then they announced that Rage 2 is getting a new DLC expansion pack called Rise of the Ghost, which you're probably going to have to pay $15 for just for that game. So I don't mind paying extra for a game like that. Then they announced that Wolfenstein's getting a Cyberpilot VR game and a release of that game for July 2019. And Wolfenstein Youngblood coming 7/26/19. So I'm guessing both of those are going to be together. Coming out somewhat around the same time. So that's pretty cool. I might be on board with playing both of those. Possibly. I don't know yet. Then Arcane Lion announced Deathloop, which I gotta say that looks like it's actually going to be a pretty big deal. And Bethesda just got their greedy fingers into Orion streaming platform, and then they announced Doom Eternal. They showed the trailer, and they actually let people know that basically the release date is November 22nd of this year, which I will definitely be picking up that game, which I don't know if that's actually going to be Game of the Year for me, but it might be for next year because I might allow it because it came to the party late. And you know that they don't give the video game awards, don't give the award to anybody that comes out late in the year. So pretty much then they announced Doom Battle Mode, which actually looks pretty sick. I will definitely be looking into that a little bit. And that's pretty much it. With Bethesda. And I'm going to go with my most impressive E3 conference. Well, second most impressive, because I automatically just said Nintendo was the most impressive to me this year. Xbox was semi-impressive, but it wasn't half as and I'm going to start off with a banger. P.S. Roadhouse is a pokey gym. Really? You have to tell me that when I already know that? Thank you, Captain Obvious. And last but not least, I'm actually going into the Square Enix, and they started off with a bang. They started off with a bang, and I think they end with a bang. Yep, definitely end with a bang. So I'm just going to go through this and try to read it out the way it is. Final Fantasy VII Remake. They showed the trailer for it. Definitely impressed with how the game looks, how it plays. They actually did a gameplay demo of it where they were actually fighting the Scorpion, which not a Scorpion from the game. And they announced the release date of March 3rd, 2020 for that game. Definitely impressed with that game. Definitely impressed with that game. Definitely had the highlight of the, well, second biggest highlight for me, because I gave the Cyberpunk one a little bit more high regard because it actually looked a lot better and it looked pretty damn awesome. Plus Doom Eternal, obviously. But I think Final Fantasy VII Remake actually looked better than Doom Eternal, which that's saying a lot. Then they went into a trailer for Life is Strange 2 and how they're actually doing more expansion packs for that game. Then they went into a trailer for Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles coming this winter to all platforms, I think. Definitely looking into that. Definitely going to be getting into that a little bit. Then they went into a trailer for Octopath Traveler. Gotta say that because I can't get my words out fast enough. Octopath Traveler coming to Steam. Definitely looks cool. Might be looking into that a little bit more when I get my new PC, obviously. Then they're coming out with The Last Remnant, which I actually had that game for, I want to say that was for Xbox 360 when I had it. I think it was. They announced a remastered trailer for that game. Definitely going to go back into playing that again. Then they announced Dragon Quest Builders 2 coming to the Nintendo Switch. And the release date of July 12th, 2019. Definitely looking into that. And trailer for Dragon Quest 11 coming to Nintendo Switch. I don't know if they had a release date for that. Then they had Circuit Superstars trailer, which I was so-so on that one. Then they came out with a Battalions trailer, which, like I said, they had to have their filler in there, so those games were kind of the fillers for that. Then they announced that Kingdom Hearts 3 was actually getting an expansion with Real Mind. I think that's what it's called. Then they announced the trailer for Shadowbringer Final Fantasy XIV Online's expansion pack coming out July 2nd, 2019, which I'm not a huge Final Fantasy Online guy, so I might not be playing that. Then they announced Dying Light 2 and had a trailer and a release for 2020 on that one. So I'm definitely into that one, so I might be picking that up as soon as it comes out next year. Then they did Saga Scarlet Grace trailer and release coming soon, which I won't be expecting anything for possibly another month, maybe two, if not till next year. So definitely gonna go that route. Then they announced Final Fantasy Brave Exvius and the War of Visions trailer, which I gotta say, that made me automatically go into the Google Play Store and get Brave Exvius. Just because I might end up playing that if I actually like Exvius. Into the trailer for Outriders, which if you guys actually want to find out what all this is, you could just look it up from IGN and possibly even go look it up on YouTube through their channel or through alternate sources. It really doesn't matter where you guys go, where you guys find your content. Definitely looks cool. Okay. All right. Outriders coming summer of 2020. I might be picking that game up because it looks fun. Then they went into a trailer for Onimaki coming out August 22nd. Definitely might be picking that game up. Then they announced Final Fantasy VIII Remastered. Didn't give a release date. And last but not least, they announced the trailer for Marvel's Avengers and a release date of May 15th, 2020 next year. So, that is pretty much all my show notes that I actually had for this, for this conference, which I might have more coming up soon because I might watch day 3 of Nintendo's E3 press conference from today. I did not watch that today because I just didn't. I had no energy to watch it because they pretty much went into detail of what everything they were coming out with. So, and I wasn't a fan of Capcom this year because they were only announcing more Monster Party Online stuff. So basically, I just pretty much said, screw it, I'm not going to deal with Capcom's press conferences. Or actually, they didn't even have a press conference. They were just showing gameplay from the booths, and that was it. So if you guys want to, what do you guys want to talk about? Because I think I definitely stay here long enough talking about video games that I'm actually kind of burnt out on it. So, anything you want to talk about, Batgirljamie? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you. So that being said, I'm Joshua Danger, and this has been this E3. Let me redo that. This has been my E3 coverage that I got from downtown LA, from the convention center, and all the information that I've relayed to every one of you guys. I want to say thank you guys for all your hard work, and also keeping this chat fresh. Definitely love it. And please remember to comment, thumbs up, and subscribe to Dead Vision Entertainment. And this has been live from the Danger Zone studio, aka my bedroom, where the freaks come out at night. Not just kidding. So needless to say, thank you guys and have an awesome day. And remember, don't take life too seriously, because when you're hanging out with the Dead Vision Entertainment, sometimes you might die. Goodbye, everybody. All right.